With the changes coming at the top of the Denver Broncos, it could see them look to all options being on the table to better the quarterback position. This doesn't mean they move on from Drew Lock, as they can still decide to run it back with him, but it also means he isn't 100% safe either. While this draft has a lot of talent at the top, Trevor Lawrence just seems unlikely, but Zach Wilson out of BYU could be an option. He is ranked as a top 4 quarterback and expected to go in the top 10 picks, so he would be an option to replace Drew Lock. Wilson has all the needed traits on and off the field, as well as the intangibles you want in a quarterback. His technique, while in need of some cleaning up, is solid, and he has the smarts to really do well in the NFL. He offers up solid mobility, good accuracy, and a good enough arm, as well as elite awareness in the pocket to avoid pass rushers. If Denver does go this route, Wilson would become their starter, and he is a good fit within the Pat Shurmur scheme, but it is doubtful they'll be able to get up and in position to draft Wilson. Alabama's Mac Jones is the safe option of the quarterbacks on this list because of the traits he does and doesn't have. He has clean mechanics and the IQ to step in and lead a team right away, but the ceiling for him is a bit low. Part of why his ceiling is lower than others in his class is because he isn't the best athlete and the arm is just average. When he attacks deep, it is all about timing, which he does very well, but NFL defenses are faster and they will disrupt that timing. 3 qualities that really work in Shurmur's scheme are smarts, accuracy, and timing, which Jones has. Jones would be an option to compete with Locke or even be the backup and giving Locke more time with a safe option behind him. For a depth guy to develop behind Locke, there is Kellen Mond of Texas A&M, who has a lot of great traits but needs a lot of work. Mond is a solid athlete that can do some damage with his legs, though that isn't a big part of his game, nor should it be. Timing and anticipation from Mond need work the farther away from the line of scrimmage he throws. The arm is good enough for the NFL, but he needs to get better at dealing with pressure and even throwing off of bad platforms when he must for the NFL. This is very much a backup developmental project for the Broncos, but would give them someone as Locke still gets experience in case Locke fails. There is no doubt that Mond has a ceiling to be a starter in the NFL, but it's going to take a lot of time to get there, and of course, there's a chance of that not even happening. The final option is, to me, just a backup option with a limited starter potential in Shane Buechel out of SMU. One thing that stands out is his wonky throwing motion that is going to create opportunities for pass rushers to get strip sacks. He is a very smart quarterback that can work well with timing and spacing in his offense to move the ball downfield. What limits the starter potential is the lack of arm and athleticism, which the NFL is going away from quarterbacks who lack those. As a very smart quarterback, he could be very helpful on the bench and be in good competition with Brett Rippon for the backup job. This is a late round option to try and see if he can grow in certain areas to be a potential starter, but mostly just drafting to improve the depth. There are plenty of other options for the Broncos to look at as well to cover all their bases when it comes to Drew Lock. Right now, it is hard to say what they do at quarterback with the new management coming in. So while Locke may end up starting, it definitely isn't cemented. For Mile High Huddle, I'm Eric Trickle.